go to Will's favorite team.
Talk about Lumen Field. This photo was also taken at Lumen Field. So, 2023, the St. Louis. Wow, I am totally butchering this up. We had to talk about. Oh, hey, does St. Louis really have any fans anymore in the NFL? All right, so a year ago, the Rams were trying to capitalize off of their 2022 Super Bowl season, which was the worst defending season in Super Bowl history. There was no team that had a worse defending record than the Los Angeles Rams, and they were trying to capitalize off it. Looking at trying to trade away some pieces, they trade away Allen Robinson. They trade away another piece in Jalen Ramsey. They tried to get a lot younger, which they did. They had a lot of draft capital. I believe like 12 picks. I know that we mentioned it last year for the Rams. And Cooper Kupp gets hurt early. Who's the guy that's going to step up? These two gentlemen in this photo stepped up. Rookie Puka Nacua at a BYU and second-year running back Kyren Williams. They stepped up for this offense. Kyren Williams leading the league in rushing, I believe. And he only played like 13 games, if I'm not mistaken. And Puka Nacua lit it up. I think he should. If Stroud wasn't a rookie, it would have been Puka Nacua's award to lose. They enter the postseason despite losing in one of the weirdest rematch battles that we have seen. The Lions and the Rams, the rematch of who won the trades at quarterback. And yeah, that's all I got right now. Dom, you want to pull us out? Gotta do this here. All righty. So talking about our Los Angeles Rams here, a lot of big question marks going on here at offense. Tyler Higbee, he had a torn ACL very late into the season. I believe might have been during the playoffs, so who knows if he's going to be playing starting week 1 or even if he's going to be playing midway through the season. Puka Nacua is also dealing with an injury. It's declared to be minor at that. And Jonah Jackson has a weird elbow injury. He's not going to be playing for the preseason. They signed a backup here, which isn't listed here, but we will figure it out momentarily. But yeah, Matthew Stafford, he had a great resurgence of a year. He comes back. They bring in, Kevin Dotson, who I think they got last year. I don't know. This offense, there's not much that changed from last year, but it's still a very electric offense. Now with the addition of Blake Corum, go blue for you, Colton. And yeah, that's all I really got right now. So,
I mean, last year the story of the Rams were the two rookies of Kyren Williams, who was sensational for them, and then Puka Nacua, which was like just nuts. Did he have any receiver rookie records?
Puka has like all of them. Catches, yards.
Yeah, he broke every single one.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, that's as good as you're obviously going to get from a receiver rookie. So that was fantastic, man. And they're two deeper round draft picks too. So, I mean, God, that's as good as you're going to get. Oh, wait. Kyren wasn't a rookie, right?
No,
I've just
second year. I knew you. I didn't want to correct.
I just keep making this mistake. Yep. All right. Well, either way, whatever. Still, that was kind of the story of last year with those two guys coming into this offense and being legit something week after week. Kind of elevated this team to what they were, to this 10-win record. So I don't know. I can only imagine maybe it'll get better this year. I don't know.
I like that this team I like how this depth chart doesn't have Jimmy Garoppolo at backup anywhere. They got Dresser Wynn.
Are they going to cut him?
They said he's struggling hard. I just read a whole thing yesterday that he's like not doing well and that they like don't even want him on the team, bro. So that's kind of crazy, but kind of crazy that Jacoby Brissett is the one starting in this league and Jimmy G might not even be on a roster. So that's wild. Yeah.
What's wild is that you two fraudulent fans over there wearing Rams jerseys. God, I hate you.
We'll put on the hat.
Whose house? Rams house.
I hate you both. Like,
hey,
sincerely.
I don't think there's a better stadium with better food in this league. I'm sorry, SoFi might have the cake on this one.
We went from the diabetes dessert burrito to the food that me and Will had at that stadium, which was freaking awesome.
And the metal cups. Let's not forget about the metal cups.
I still drink out of today, by the way. So, I mean, yeah.
How to get your money's worth.
let's go to the defense, I guess.
I mean, before that, I'm with Josh. You both need to be scolded heavily for this. Like, I don't really want to let this stand one more day.
Listen. We have a formula.
This should not be allowed one more single day.
We have a formula for how we do things, and the Rams just happen to be in the formula right now. That's it.
So
is Cornflakes? Is that Josh?
That's Josh.
oh, it's actually Confiaques.
Capital I.
Whatever you slice it, this is ridiculous for you two wearing Rams.
Yeah, no. Like
you guys should be banned from next week's episode. It should just be me and Jake, honestly.
Oh, that'll be a train wreck.
Oh, I'm glad you
don't know how to work anything.
Dom has to make the wheel here. So as Dom makes the wheel, I will shift us over to the defense here. And the elephant in the room on defense, Aaron Donald retires, first ballot Hall of Famer in 2029, I think that's the first year he's eligible. Yeah, he should be unanimous, should get in. They make the additions of Jared Verse from Florida State, and they get his teammate Braden Fisk, who I know you're not going to get someone that's going to get Aaron Donald talent. You're not going to find a guy like that, but trying to fill in that void, especially with, Kobe Turner, who did come along last year, which was a very big piece for them. And then shifting over to the defensive backs, Darius Williams comes in from Jacksonville. Tre'Davious White comes in from Buffalo, who was a cap casualty up there. He finds a home there. They got John Johnson still in the back there. They bring in Cameron Curl. And then Trey Tomlinson, LT's cousin, nephew, something like that. He works his way up the depth chart. I know he was pretty low last year, so he makes his way up that depth chart. But, I mean, there's still a lot of work on this defense. I know it's not perfect and it's not going to be finalized, but I don't know. I still think there's a lot of hope for this defense, especially on this side of the football.
Tre'Davious White, if it, God forbid, if it was the Tre'Davious White that was awesome, that would be wild. That'd be great for them. Cool.
Yeah, but also how many games until he gets hurt again?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Tre'Davious White, that's a tough one because you don't know what you're gonna get there. But at one point he was great. He was really freaking great. So, I don't know.
I mean, Verse is sick.
It's not a bad defense, but I don't know how to judge this defense compared to last year's defense.
Also, wasn't good last year, even with most of these guys and Aaron Donald.
Yeah, it was super middle of the road last year. Super
middle of the road. They would have won a lot more games with their offense if their defense could just stop anything.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's not that much of a different team, I think, as far as performance.
I mean, Aaron Donald, that's the biggest performance loss. So
absolutely.
I'm interested to see where they can fill in the void there with.
I mean, again,
losing the best defensive player of the 21st century.
Yeah. Kobe Turner, not bad. Also, not Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Jared Verse. Let's see what he could be. And then Braden Fisk. Who knows?
It's kind of an up in the air thing as far as this defense goes, I feel like. In a lot of places. Schedule?
Yeah, let's go to the schedule here. And
okay, so here's the thing. This schedule I had to cut into 3, and I had to put it together on my own because the graphic that they had kind of sucked. So I worked with this one at least. But
I mean, the big one is going to Detroit.
What am I
the wild card around?
At least this one's up down.
What am I even looking at right
now? Then there's home and away at the bottom next to each.
So you're telling me you had to fix this and you couldn't have made it straight. I have to slightly tilt my head to look at it. You're telling me you proclaim you did all this work for nothing.
It's actually kind of wild.
I'm gonna let you know. I can't read any of this right now.
Just look at the logos.
Yeah, it doesn't help me where they're home and away at all. I can't read that whatsoever.
Oh, you can't read it that close.
You gotta read the fine print.
Also, this is not.
So their first home game is against the Rams, the 49ers, week 3. Then they play the Packers at home, and then they go on their bye week.
This is not the easiest schedule, to be honest.
Honestly, it's like week 1. It's you have to go back to Detroit, and that's going to be hostile. I think even more because Lions fans, they were kind of like they really wanted to go to Las Vegas last year, and they were kind of like they missed out on it. So there's a lot of energy now. Week 1 with another Matt Stafford return to the Motor City.
Then you have the Cardinals. Like, okay, they went 0-6 in the division last year. They suck. I mean, this team went 5-1 last year in the division. So did the 49ers, went 5-1. It was both of each other, obviously. So there's that. It's not. I mean, both teams performed well in their division. So you should see this as some strong play against the divisional opponents. I don't know.
I don't even know if there's like an easy stretch for them. Like you can't even say like, oh, hey, go to New Orleans because like New Orleans isn't even an easy place to play. I mean, you don't have to go anywhere cold. New England. Yeah, I lied. You got to go up to New England.
It's not that cold at that point. Like it's cold, but
I mean, listen, they also had that blizzard too in like the middle of October when they ousted the Titans like in 2009. So I don't know. I still think it's a 10-win team. Yeah, it's a 10-win.
9-10 wins again.
Seahawks perform the same. Rams perform the same from last year, maybe 10 or so, 9 or so. It's like, so I don't know. Kind of right where it was last year.
And it all leads up to the number 1 team in the division by a landslide.